What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? It's your boy Ma. I am actually going live today because not less than a year ago, I began this journey. I think I started my first video off with me going down to get my processor's license in Kentucky. And if y'all watch, stay tuned to what I'm doing and on this channel. You'll see I was going down to the Kentucky Department of Agriculture less than a year ago to get my processor's license, and now we are in the moment right now able to go and get our new grower's license in Kentucky. So with that said, I am on my way there right now. So this is a good bookend to the end of the year, to go from having a processor's license to getting the license in Kansas. I mean, man, to growing in North Carolina, to now I am going to get, going to at least apply for my grower's license in Kentucky. But I first have to go get my background check. So now the cool thing is in Kentucky, you don't have to file, through mail or through some form anymore. They actually have an online portal for you to go and file for your license. So it's gonna be a whole lot easier. It's a whole lot easier this year. It should be. So that's amazing. Part of that as well, because of the ease of it, I mean, I really am going to try to start an incubator for people who want to come get their license and then grow here in Kentucky. You'll be under the tutelage of the Hemp Gamelia, Mr. Cash to J. So I just want to make sure everybody has an opportunity. So yeah, that's where I'm headed right now, to go get my background report. I mean, I haven't done anything, I don't have any misdemeanors or felonies, so it usually comes back pretty fast. Then I'll have to use that to upload to the actual portal. But by the end of the day today, I would have applied for my grower's license in the state of Kentucky, and it makes me so happy to do so. I got you, Miss Vanessa. Look, I got you. Peer pressure's a mug. I got you. So yeah, I know it's early, but this is where I'm headed. So a lot of you all have questions about how to get your license. How do you go about getting your license? And the first place you start is at your Department of Agriculture in your state. So now every state is different. Some states are what I call registration states, which basically allow you to just put down the coordinates of where you're gonna grow, and then you pretty much get the registration or the license, right? And it's pretty fast. I know in the state of Virginia, for instance, you can pretty much get your license back in about a week if everything's not too busy or anything, because a lot of these Department of Ags don't have a lot of resources to put toward it. In the state of Kentucky, it may take about a month now. That's what I hear. Just because, they got to get it through the system. And again, that takes time. But hopefully I'm one of the earlier people this time. Hopefully I get all my stuff done early, and I'll have my license before December. So that will be awesome. And then in the state of Kansas, it took a little bit longer, but I think a lot of these states are moving away from their pilot program and moving into their actual licensing program. What has to happen is every state has to submit their licensing plan to the USDA for approval, and then once they are approved by the USDA, they can go and implement that plan into their state. So I think many of the states are jumping on board, getting their plans together, making sure they get that information out there. And so I think that's where most of these states are. In the state of Kentucky, though, like I said, there are two licenses you can get. You can either get the grower's license, or you can get what they call the processor or handler's license. That processor or handler's license actually is segmented based on whatever it is you're processing. So if you're processing fiber, that's a $500 processing fee. If you're processing floral material, that's a $3,000 processing fee. So those people who want to process for CBD oil, those types of things, they have to get the $3,000 license, processor's license. Also labs, people who want to be brokers, they have to also get their processor's fee, and that's $500 as well. The great thing about the grower's license is you don't have to have prior farming experience, which is awesome. There's a lot of things that they took out. You don't have to have prior farming experience. What's the other ones? There's some other things that I can't even think right now. Prior farming experience was a huge one for me, right? Even though this year, of course, I got prior farming experience. We actually farmed hemp in North Carolina, worked with farmers in Virginia, and then also in Kansas. So I have experience now. But if you don't have prior farmer experience, what you need is The grower's license requires a background check. You cannot have any felony or misdemeanors, like any drug related, any trafficking, any of that stuff in the last 10 years. And then you also have to pay $400 per address. And this year in Kentucky, $400, you got to register each address for $400 of where you're going to put it. And it has to be continuous land. If there is a creek between, you got to pay $400 for both plots. And then if it's an indoor grow, you have to pay so much based on the number of varieties that you intend to grow indoors. So that number changes as well. But now if you want to make a change at any time after you submit your application, you got to pay $750. It's $750 every time you make a change. So those are some of the new things that are going on with the law, as well as if you want to file by paper, you have to pay an additional $200 file by paper. So they're trying to really push people into the portal because it makes it a whole lot easier. I think we're in a really, really good spot. I think that, you know, people may have overproduced. They're not finding places to sell. The demand is not what they thought. But here's the thing. Prices in retail have not dropped. Like, I've seen wholesale prices drop tremendously, but prices in retail have not dropped in the industry from what I've seen, which normally wholesale will lead and then people will begin to drop prices, or it's just maybe a market where the amount of oil and everything that needs to be made to be processed, there is a bottleneck because the processing takes so long. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, this industry has tended to be a little bit different anyway, and especially because a lot of people are still waiting on what the FDA is gonna say. I just hope that a lot of these different entities understand that they shouldn't thwart or try to throttle or hamper down the industry at all. You know what I'm saying? I think they have to understand that this is a new industry and that people want to be able to innovate, create things within the industry without you going in and putting a choke on it. Because it's almost like if they go in and put the chokehold on it, it's like, why would you even open it up in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Let there be new industries. Let competition happen. Let people battle against one another. You know what I mean? Let the cream of the crop rise to the top. And I got another announcement. Hopefully the camera stay up. You see this right here? This is some crude. So this is extracted crude from the grow that you saw. I'm taking it today to be tested in the lab. The lab don't always have the best connectivity, so I may have to let you guys see that a little bit later. But this is some crude oil that was extracted, and it hasn't been made into a distillate. As you see, it's kind of like a molasses, but it still has a really clean color to it. And I'll be getting that tested today. And that's the one thing that I always say. The bud on a hemp plant or a cannabis plant is literally just a fruit, and it's made up of certain molecules that actually have been said to actually fit our body. The phytocannabinoids within the cannabis plant actually match with our endocannabinoid receptor system that we have in our body. So the question is that if it's just a fruit, why are CBD and, you know, THC and all of this other stuff regulated more heavily than like vitamin C or vitamin A, which are also, you know, things inside of fruits that we eat to help our body? Makes no sense to me. Did anybody go and try to figure out the vitamin A makeup or the vitamin C makeup in an apple or the potassium makeup in an apple? I mean, I'm sure people have, but they don't have labels on them at the store to say if this apple has more potassium or whatever than this other apple. You don't see that at the store. You don't see that this one fruit has more fiber than the other one at the store. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just crazy to me. I think we need to start thinking about it in the form of a natural substance that can actually provide benefit to the body, that is just like eating an apple. Y'all make sure y'all stick with me. I'm gonna try to do more and more. Now that I'm kind of back from the farm, I'm in a place where I can go live a little bit more, so y'all stick with me. I'll have more announcements coming up. Shout out to everybody who's invested in SunJoin. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys for investing in SunJoin. Thank you for joining the journey. We're just getting started. But yeah, man, I love y'all. Y'all stick and stay with me. Live, love life. Holla at you. Let's see if I can end this thing.